Gamers, we're gonna be watching LucifroN versus CSO, teammate of Louis MT. Both Chads, actually. The reason why I thought maybe this would be a good video to make, we haven't seen Spanish brothers play in a while. I know a few months ago they've played Zero Space, they've played some Stormgate. They're back playing AoE4 for 2 months now, I think. And I actually don't know what their skill level is because I haven't played them in a while. And this is the first time we've seen LucifroN play, I think, in a while in like a bit of a longer series. So, like there was some, you know, there was Beastyqt Hill, but those were like best of ones, right? So this is a bit different. So CSO's pretty good. He's been up and coming, kind of like I would say like Louis 3 months ago. I think like that's CSO now in terms of like he's good, but he's not tippity top level. Like I think Louis is definitely like a top 4 player now, but CSO is definitely improving at a rapid pace. And the reason why I wanted to watch this series is because there were some interesting matchups that happened, and this one is Jeanne d'Arc versus Delhi. This matchup is favored for Jeanne d'Arc. And not only that, CSO actually plays a lot of JD. And he plays it in a very weird way, I think most would say. Or at least unique. I think Louis and him, this is like, the only people that I've seen do this are Louis and him. Which is basically, they mass knights. Not always, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does that. Where they open like double or even triple stable, and they just mass knights and they go around with JD and try to level her up basically, and then they age up with what's the landmark called? The university? I'll check now. The Royal Institute, sorry. And then they get the HP for knights, and they kind of like drag you around the whole time with knights, and then they age up, get the bonus HP, the biology upgrade, or royal, whatever the fuck it's called. And then they upgraded knights, and their knights are just like, you know, Giga Chad health. And even if the enemy has crap ton of spears, it's feudal spears versus kind of like 3.5 age knights. And I've seen them do this quite a bit. So I wonder if he's going to do that. There's an archer range, so no. But I've seen them do this plenty of times. I wonder if he's going to cancel. Nope. He sees Ghazis and he commits to it. He doesn't care. Which, funnily enough, this would be a pretty good time to do this, what I just talked about. Because if you see Ghazis, you don't really need archers. He's like pre-preparing for Spearman transition. Because the way it works is, basically Delhi has to make Spearman because Knights beat Ghazis, right? And because of that, you are pre-making archers for Spearmen to come. But LucifroN, he's doing some micring, no units lost. Okay, love that. But in general, this matchup used to be Giga favored for JD, but since she got nerfed on HP and all that, see that barracks, but there's already archers. Since she got nerfed on experience, on health and everything, this matchup is, I would say, a bit more okay for Delhi, but still favoring JD. Because Delhi wants to fight in feudal, and then if JD fights in feudal and Delhi fights feudal, JD levels up, and then it might be a problem for JD. But if you lose all your units, JD cannot, like, you know, do a single player mission where she just kills everything on her own. So you kind of need to maintain a good unit count. So we'll see. We'll see. It's a lot of Ghazis. I'm surprised he's not getting a charge off. Okay, 14 XP per Ghazi. Like, that's so good. And I want to say, CSO has really good spawn. Like, this is, we're talking Marine Lord level spawn, right? Double back deer that's kind of walled off by this tree line. I mean, come on, brother. Come on, brother. Nothing on this side. Look at the boar. That's so close to his main base. Look at that. Like, that's a 10 spawn. That's a 10 spawn right there. Easy. No matter what civ you play, this is a 10 spawn. Sacred Sight's not capped at 10 is very good for CSO. You usually get at least one Sacred Sight, like 8, 830. Or 830 probably. Nothing. Charges. Target firing the spears. JD. She's not using Q. Okay, heal, heal, heal! She heals up! Ah! Okay. Now, this fight might... I don't know what it looks like. This fight might look bad for CSO. But he lost almost no knights. I think he lost 2 knights. And LucifroN lost all Ghazi Raiders except this one. If you lose knights, that's a problem. So, if CSO can buy back JD and then continue making archers and spearmen, I think this is a very good situation. You don't want to lose your knights as... Okay, he buys her back. What's the experience at? Yeah, I think this is really good for JD here. Like, this is a... Probably, like, maybe not best case scenario you can have, but everything's going very well for you scenario. And LucifroN's shit is very exposed. Like, his food sources are very exposed, except this one deer pack in the back. Does he even know about that deer pack? So next fight, she's leveling up. She can't really be sniped, 7 archers only. But I think all the, like, CSO just gotta ramp up a little bit on the archers. Okay, oh, he's kind of getting owned on micro. Oh, heal! He's kind of getting owned on micro right now. CSO is. He's gonna lose the JD. Oh my gosh, he's running! Oh no, that is unfortunate. So to buy back JD is 250. Because she just leveled up and then died, now she costs 500 to buy back. That was pretty... That was sloppy micro from CSO, but very good micro from LucifroN. LucifroN seems to be very good with, like, targeting and all that. So maybe he's in good shape. And this is the, you know, the OG Spanish brother kind of gameplay. Just making archer range, barracks, and stables, and just zug. And he's doing it pretty well. Ay. Okay, JD is back. Did he buy her back? No, he did not. No, he did, actually. Oh, so he bought her back, but she was probably halfway coming back already. That's pretty rough. And now, just because of that hero kill, by the way, his stuff slowed down so much. And now he's got the Jones champions here. Trying to decap. Oh no! Oh, I didn't even realize that. He didn't have +1 ranged armor. Ay, that's pretty bad. Like, if this JD can get in the middle of archers and does 2 Qs, the game's over. Like, that's how bad it is. Unless he runs her into Q. Oh, that's a nasty Q. That's a really good start. He doesn't have any eco upgrades either. I don't like that at all. Like, this fight, LucifroN had way more units, but he is slowly losing the fight. CSO is microing pretty well here, keeping the stuff back as much as possible. His archers are, like, shooting the whole time. He should just fight here. He shouldn't be running. JD is gonna die again if he's not careful. And LucifroN is... So the thing is, you have 2 choices when you fight JD. You either target the hero or you ignore the hero. You can't do half-half. So you can't just, like, let the hero get hit sometime and then sometimes you don't hit it. Because if you hit it sometime, she's gonna tank so much damage and you could have killed other units. So LucifroN has been committing Omega at killing her with archers. So every time he shot with the archers, he could have one-shot a unit, but he chose to shoot at JD. And because of that, not only he didn't kill the hero, but now he's lost the... Oh, that's pretty bad. He's lost the fight. He got braced there. Can you buy her back? Can, soon. Yeah, she's back. The demon is back. Again, the only thing I don't like about CSO's play, I think micro, both players did well. Like at one point, Lucifer micro better, at one point CSO. What I don't like about CSO's play is that he does not have any eco upgrades. Because this is a matchup where you're gonna be fighting for a long time. And getting the eco upgrades will 100% help you because you're gonna be stuck in feudal gathering resource for a very long time. He's got 2 consecrates, which he should definitely be using. He's decapped the sacred site. LucifroN is on double deer, and after that he's out of resources. He's doing this Omega wall, which I'm not personally a big fan of it because it doesn't... Like, what is he getting out of this? I guess protecting this wood line, but... Okay. Could have taken the boar, by the way. He has the map control now, so it's an easy boar angle. And now, this is where Delhi... This is the Delhi's weak spot, by the way. So, another reason why this matchup is good for JD is JD... So, Delhi uses less resources on upgrades. It doesn't use resources on upgrades. But it's not that much food that's used in upgrades. But JD uses way less food on unit production. Which means that Delhi will run out of food first. Right? So JD can actually go longer fighting, especially if you take the enemy board too. That's under 2k food, so you're at a big advantage. Now, the problem with Delhi in general, like one of the weaknesses is when you run out of food, transitioning to farms kind of feels rough. Because you're a civ that's reliant on massing units, but then you run out of food and then you gotta make farms, so you cut your unit production, which delays your units or your age up or whatever. And JD has more like streamlined food income, I guess is the best way to put it. How close is she to level 4? Halfway. Ooh, that's pretty... I mean, that's pretty good for CSO. This fight, on the other hand, is not good for CSO. Not the fight he wants to take. Another good Q. But this is what I mean. JD is not the JD that used to be before. I don't know where these guys are going. What? What the fuck? Is that a misclick? That has to be a misclick, no? No, that's a misclick. That has to be a misclick. The thing is, this is what I'm surprised about. If that was a misclick, why were these not pulled? If he used the Control Shift A, which is selecting all units, right? Why weren't these pulled? Because these ones... Okay, the reason why these ones were not pulled is because these ones came from a town center. So it would make sense. If he did this, A moved, and then these ones got made, they would not be pulled. But why were these ones not pulled? Does that mean he did this? Like he selected those, selected those, selected those, selected those, and then the gold ones in attack? Double click? Double click doesn't work because a lot of his workers were here, so he couldn't have double clicked those. Maybe they were, yeah, maybe they were in a tower? That has to be a misclick though. There was no play there to pull the workers. Oh, that's very unfortunate, because I think he definitely had that game. Or definitely had that game. He was in a decent spot, like he was not dying. And now his income slowed so much from that look how behind he is on units. He's gonna try age up, but so is LucifroN. That had to have been misclick. And I think that explanation that Twitch chat had is pretty good. That these guys were accidentally... Oh, but they weren't in a tower. They were building the tower. Weren't they? I don't know what happened there. Like I said, I don't think it was a cut win, like clear cut.
Beastyqt. I used to be a big fan of yours. I still am a big fan. But I used to be one too.
Thank you, always Kirsten. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but that had to have been a misclick. I don't think that was on purpose. Because, you know how I don't think that's on purpose? Because there was no purpose. There was no real reason to do that. Especially because he went back and he's playing still. You know what I mean? Like, if he pulled them and he lost the fight and he GG'd, okay, but he went back and is continuing to play. Unfortunate, brother. Double TC. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's Jover. Cannon in H3. Boom! Boom! Look at the damage. Look at the damage. Ooh. That's old JD. That was like level 3 damage JD back in the day. That's what it felt like. Boom! He didn't use the attack speed. I gotta say, this, you know how there's, I think this is it. You know how there's some games, and I always say this when I ask people in Twitch chat. Sometimes when two pro players play, the game is won by a player, but sometimes it's like, did that player win because the other one played really bad? Or was it like they both played well and then one guy won? I think this was a case that, I think CSO played really well this. Like his micro was matching LucifroN's micro, which I think LucifroN micro really well. I don't think LucifroN made any major mistakes. I mean, this is a matchup, like I said, it's not favorable for him. But the fact that CSO played, you know, pretty close to him, I think that's pretty cool. It felt like LucifroN barely won even though CS threw. I mean, it's a rough matchup, you know? It's a rough matchup. But I think they both played pretty well. That being said, that was an accident pulling the villagers like that. Because he was also losing the fight already at the front. So it's like, if he was going to all in with villagers and do something weird, you would pre-pull them and have them for the main fight. You wouldn't lose your units and then the villagers arrive. So it is what it is. I mean, well, you know, one misclick and that's it. This is game number 2. And this is one of the new maps that we have in the tournament. It's called Moving Out. I gotta say, that's a very original name. Because you're moving out to here. Right. The Spanish brothers, which is Vortex and LucifroN, they were like the water guys. You know, like they were the best players, I would say, on water for sure. Like they were the best on Holy Island or like Boulder Bay or Baltic type of maps. They always had their timings down to the T. That was their thing. But again, spoilers. I'm not casting these games as in, you know, I'm analyzing these matches a little bit, what went wrong and all that. Interesting enough, the only game that LucifroN has lost was on the water map to CSO, which, you know, not saying CSO is a bad player on water, but he's definitely not known to be one of the best players on water. So maybe the Spanish brothers' time on the water is over. 4 villagers and transport, right? That's a lot of villagers. Okay, that's a lot of villagers. So Order of the Dragon is something that I've been practicing on water maps too. No one's been playing OTD, like on water about 2 weeks ago, and then I was like, how different is it from HRE on water? And I did some testing, and it's not the best civ on water, but it's very much playable against the top civs. And funnily enough, I think both Vortex and LucifroN played OTD on water, so they agree. So we see Chappelle. 4 on gold is a lot though, isn't it? He's aging up with 9. And Jushi Legacy. Oh, he actually... Okay, I like that. So, this map, basically, the reason why China and Jushi are so strong is because you don't need to mine gold. There's no gold on this starting island. So you can just basically drop off stuff and get gold from Lumber Camp and your dock. And you can age up with that. And everyone that I've seen with Jushi Legacy just ages up with Meditation Gardens here. Because the whole point is you don't go to mine gold. So you just stay here and you get wood. But what he did is he got gold that way. But then he transferred 5 workers and did make Meditation Gardens here. Which, look at that. I mean, that's a pretty good spawn. And this kind of spawn is pretty much guaranteed. If you look on this side, Berry, Gold, and Stone are also here. So, and then he ages up with 5. And then he goes on gold to, you know, maybe 5 on gold is too many. It's definitely too many. Because you have taxes plus gold. It's way too many. But maybe he's going to transfer over sometime later. I don't know. And you got a super fast age up, of course. Springled ship coming. OTD, the reason they're good, by the way, here, is because you know how HRE has a chapel? Oh, the Springled ship from CSO is shooting the transport ship. You know how HRE has chapel and they have super fast increased gathering rate and then eventually the chapel runs out? Well, OTD has also chapel that increases 15%, but the villagers themselves have the gathering buff, right? Which is, what is it, above 20%? I know it got changed, I can't remember to what. So that means that even when you run out of chapel as OTD, your early game is basically not as good as HRE under chapel, but later on, as you gather out the chapel, your income is going to be better because you still have that somewhat passive semi-chapel gathering rate. It's 28%, okay. So I call it like a budget chapel. Although they are, like I said, a bit slower at the start. Like, these guys are kind of like running at 28% gathering speed increase, right? So it's not 4 workers, it's a bit more. So you kind of get value from that. Is this changing the logo? Yes, brother. I changed it yesterday. I don't think many people noticed, but do you guys like it? I got the new graphics for Twitch and for YouTube. Changed the logo up. Just changed some stuff a little bit. Obviously the logo is the same, but it's changed, right? The logo is this. We haven't changed the logo. We just changed the logo, but not really changing the logo. But we did change the logo. Okay, OTD, Man-at-Arms, running them into the wood line. Do I like that? I don't know. Do I like that? 25. If this was not a Chinese or Jushi Legacy TC, maybe? Because then it would be really fucking annoying because they have a lot of health. But because it is, it kind of died fast. I mean, it only killed 1 villager and then it died. That's not a big sustain right there. And if you have to force your opponent to garrison, that's really bad for the opponent. So maybe that's good? I don't really know. But the water side, 3 ships versus 7 plus 4. So this is already dead. Oh yeah, he's trying to run away. That is never a good look when you have a transport ship in the middle of the water fight trying to run away. Good micro from LucifroN, but gets caught, and I think this... Oh. Ah! Okay. I thought that might end the game. Nope. He needs like farms. Yeah, this is his food income is gonna drop to 0 basically. And okay, pretty solid from CSO. Just a straight up domination water, good micro. Jushi Legacy is probably the best civ on these kinds of maps, so that's a pretty rough one to go against. But also had pretty good micro. So the tournament that we're playing right now, I saw there's a post on Reddit, people kind of not liking that there's that many water maps. To me, it's like as a player, I don't mind if we have a tournament with more water maps than usual. It's not my favorite thing, but it is what it is. But I do think there's a crap ton of water maps. That last map moving out, I think it's entertaining to watch. It is pretty much a water map, but sometimes there's like these crazy situations where the players are all over the place, stuff like that. So it's entertaining. I don't know if it's a good map though, right? There's a difference between those two. It is entertaining though. I personally am not a big fan of maps where only like few civs are viable. You know, like for example, I like all memes aside, I don't mind mountain clearing. What I don't like about mountain clearing is that like 3 civs are viable on it, right? So it's like I like it, but I also don't like it for that reason. So take it whichever way. So this is an interesting one. Abbasid versus Chinese. Now Abbasid is considered as one of the very good civs here. Because of it's hybrid and you can age up, you can do like military wing age up, make a ram and do a lot of interesting things. But what is LucifroN going to do? They're both on the same pond. This map is interesting, by the way, in gameplay because sometimes you spawn here and then your opponent spawns here. Sometimes you spawn on the same side. So sometimes you'll have games where you go on the same pond, but sometimes one will go here and one will go here. And then based on where you spawn and where the docks are, you might play the game differently, if that makes sense. It's kind of interesting. Fishing ship? Or he's going another dock. Okay, he's doing 3 fishing ship into mass aggro. And this is the thing about Abbasid on these hybrid maps, right? He started age up first, few seconds, but his age up is going to be much later. Look at that. And they're both committing. CSO is double dipping, is going for this water too. And now all LucifroN needs to do is just make ships. So he's making 2 ships, right? So CSO is 2 ships behind already. Like that's it. You know. Even if he makes ships now, LucifroN is about to get 3rd and 4th ship. So this is pretty much a losing position. Yeah, loses a demo too. Yeah, at this point it's like it ain't gonna work, you know? So he's gonna end up losing pretty much everything. There's docks on this side now. Like maybe the best thing he could have done is if he arrow slitted the docks immediately, like, because if your opponent ages up faster, the only thing you can really do is go like double or triple arrow slit and just wait for that to upgrade, and then you make ships so you have some defense on your side. But doing it this way, like, if the opponent has 2 ships and then you're starting to make 2, but the opponent is making 3rd and 4th, that ain't gonna work, you know. The villager, oh my god, the villagers are... Yo, chill! Sheesh. So that was a big loss. It was like 6 fishing ships going down. That's a crap ton. Now there's arrow slits here. And see, now the defense is different. Well, he ends up losing that one immediately to Demo, but you can see like he can have some kind of foothold while... Oh god, okay, he is not playing this one well. I think he's falling apart a little bit. He's gonna try age up. I think he's like, at this point, he's given up with water. He's just getting arrow slits to be annoying. And he's getting a ship here and there, but I don't think he's actually trying to contest. I think he's just gonna try to rush castle. But again, if you're playing like Japanese and you're trying to rush castle, that's fine. But your rushing castle is gonna take longer than China probably still. He's trying his best. The ram is here, so he's gonna recover this. Aging up with Culture Wing. Yeah, he's gonna recover this, but LucifroN has been fishing with 13 fishing ships, aging up at the same time. The best thing that CSO can do right now is maybe go for like a couple of nights, get back fishing online here, and then wait for the second PC to kind of kick in. But LucifroN is, because his economy is done, and he's not gonna make second PC, he just needs to basically select all barracks and hold down the Palace Guard key. And he's already got +2 range armor, so he's just gonna zug, as I like to call it. And CSI is going for Gulams, which is like... I don't know if he thought he was going to be able to put pressure, but you don't want to defend Palace Guards with Gulams, because Palace Guards are faster, so he's just going to run around and kill your shit. Like, he needs like crossbows or something. He's slowly getting fishing online, but 29 workers killed. 7 or 8 of them were fishing boats from both pawns. And it just GG's. That was probably the worst game from CSO, quality-wise, gameplay-wise. This is the game number 4 on Hill and Dale. Mongols versus English. Now, so Hill and Dale, Mongol, it's kind of a weird map, because it's like, if you look at the map, it's not good for Mongol, but it's actually good for Mongol. Because the trade can spawn here in the back, and even though there's a shit ton of walls, and you can't wall on this map as Mongol, you also kind of have these walls in the mountains, you know, the mountains, so they kind of help you out a bit. But you put trade here, you trade there. But sometimes trade can spawn here. And when does that happen? When I play Mongols. When I play Mongols, this is where my trade is. And then I trade from here, and they go through the middle around the cliffs, and they all die. It's really cool. And that's why I hate playing Mongols here. Because it's just, it's so, you don't know where the trade is going to spawn, you know? Sometimes it's good like this, sometimes it's shit like here. So, it is what it is. So, this matchup went back and forth a couple of times, I feel like. In the which civ is better department. So, this matchup used to be back in the day. Better for English. Then people discovered, because people used to tower rush, so people used to do like horseman tower rushes. And then people figured out you don't need to tower rush at all. You can just castle rush as Mongol. And this is when the castle rush meta happened. I don't know if you guys remember. This is like 2 years ago. So then the castle rush meta with Mongols with pastures happened, and then English attacks, and then you got knights, lancers back then, not keshiks, and then they win. And then the English figured out how to actually push the goal. So then it was English favored. And then people figured out how to trade with Mongols. So then it was Mongol favorite. But then English players figured out, well, actually, we're at this point. So Mongols had a lead for quite a while, I think, where Mongols were better, especially when they introduced Keshiks. Because you could just trade, and if English pushes out, because they have all infantry, and if they like fuck up, you just gobble up their army and the game is over. But the most recent meta, I kind of think that Mongol is at a disadvantage. Now, when you get spawn like this, where your trade is like perfect, Mongol is still very much playable. But the king opening actually fucks up a lot of things for Mongol. So, if you go trade, as LucifroN is, and CSO goes for king, basically you need to make units against the king, but the English is making 2 TC behind it. So, you're starting the trade, but your opponent is started the game with 2 town centers, kind of thing. And then English longbows, if the game kind of gets extended to mid-feudal, let's say, late feudal, the longbows will absolutely destroy Keshiks. In like large numbers of longbows, they will absolutely melt Keshiks. So, right now, I would probably give the advantage to English, but it also depends on the spawn quite a bit. IMO XD. Now, let's see what happens. He's sending the 2 traders. He's got the Keshiks out. Wait, what? Wait, I didn't know this is how this works. He started from here, and they made 30-something gold. But because the trade is moving away, the distance from the trader to the trade is larger, so his gold is increasing on the trader. Do you see that? Look at this. What the fuck? Wait, I wonder if the other players know this. I never knew this. That's crazy. And now they're AFK. Oh, one thing, I don't know if you guys know this, but this trader is not trading to anything right now, okay? It dropped off, but what you can do now is you can take these 2 traders and send them here. Even though this is not unpacked, if they get here and then you click here, they will drop a full amount from here. Because what it counts is their last delivery to which trade, and the last delivery was here. So if they go all the way here and then you click it, they will drop full amount. I don't know if you know that. That I know. So your trade doesn't need to be planted down for the traders to start moving. You can manually move them and then click. I knew that. I didn't know the gold increases when the trade moves away. That's kind of wild. Alright, anyway. So now the game is basically CSO is on 2 town centers. And LucifroN is starting the trade. And LucifroN is actually going for very early towers to boost the movement speed of the traders. He is aware that there's a second town center. 6 Keshiks. King is out. See, this is what I mean. It's so fucking annoying, this guy. Look at this villager dead. Wait, what is CSO doing? He won't have the... He's about to run out of food, isn't he? Ooh, I don't like that spot. Oof, I don't like that spot at all. Oh my god! This reminds me of Vortex and LucifroN Chapels. Remember that? Bro, what is that? He can't fit the farms here. He can't fit the farms here. Oh, if you just put it like here at least. No, here. No, here. He could fit 8 farms, 8 farms, 8 farms, 8 farms, 8, 8. That'd be perfect. What the hell is this, brother? Ay, ay, ay. Thing is, he's aged up really fast, and that's cool. But what's the plan here? He's gonna make knights, right? Okay, no eco upgrades. He's just going knights straight away. King is now castle king. Traders, 11. Like, see, even this position right now. I don't know if you can just not do anything as English, because look at LucifroN's age up. He can age up very, very soon. And when he ages up, then CSO is... Like, yeah, he's on 2TC, but he's scaling a lot worse than English is. Because English is fucking... Or, scaling a lot worse than Mongol is, sorry, because of trade. Kurultai is coming up. He needs to like go harass the trade. If he doesn't, he's kinda gonna be dead very soon. He's making more Keshiks. Archer range, prayer tent, another archer range. Like there is a timing here for CSO to do something, to do some damage, to make LucifroN go back. But if he just stays behind, he's just gonna get further and further behind. Behind. And also, he's just getting eco upgrades now completed, which is nice. But there's also a case where he could have actually gone, like fast imp, right? Just go mass farms now and go fast imp or something like that. But I don't think that would necessarily work against LucifroN, because LucifroN is kind of balls to the wall kind of guy. He's gonna go for it, you know. He's not gonna stay back. Even though he's trading, he's just gonna geek all in. Well, not all in, but you know, he's gonna commit. All in is the wrong word. He's not really all in, he's really good eco. Losing the farms. Springle towers. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wow, survives. Stone walls.
Are you playing the tournament on Sunday or Saturday?
I think. Thanks so much for a resub. I think Saturday, but I'm not sure actually. I think it's already pre-organized. I think it's on Saturday. It's better to burn the farms or mill farms. They have less HP. 300 HP, 750. Mill is 50 wood. Farms are 37 wood, right? Yeah. So if you burn 2 farms, which have less HP than the mill, you do more damage to the player. As you can burn them faster, right? And it's also more annoying for the opponent to burn the farms. Group A and B are Saturday? Yeah, so Saturday I play against Gilardi. And LucifroN didn't upgrade these towers, by the way, earlier with arrow slits, so now these are Springle towers. So this is super fucking annoying. Look at the army difference. 2,000 gold per minute. You should have moved these a long time ago. But he's getting so much more income now. The sick thing about Mongols is like, at this point you're getting so much gold, you can actually buy like 1,500 wood and just make like 10 pastures, and then you're sorted for food for a while. That is... know what I think about this Berkshire. I mean, I get it why he's doing it. He's basically decapping the sacred site, and he's getting a gold and a bit of wood, which is like pretty important for him right now. I just don't think he can hold this. 16 units, like he's got no units whatsoever. This is the... You know what this game is an example of? You cannot let people trade this game. You just can't. Like, it doesn't matter what civ it is, you cannot let them trade. If they trade, you will get absolutely fucking butchered. The income is too crazy. I think you gotta be aggro in feudal. Even if you go to TC, just go aggro right after that. But LucifroN wins 3-1, and he's gonna be moving on to the next weeks, where he will be playing against, this is top tier stream production. So the results from this week: Group A, Marine Lord beat 3-0. Louis beat Demu 3-1. Great matches. Marine Lord will be playing against Louis MT in the winners match. These are GSL group system. This is from StarCraft GSL group system, where the winners play each other and the losers play elimination matches. So basically, this is the winners match. So Marine Lord and Louis will be playing. If, let's say, Marine Lord wins, he's through the brackets in quarterfinals. If Louis loses, he will be moving on to the decider match to play the winner of Cat and Demu. If Cat or Demu, they win, they go decider. Whoever loses between these two is out of the tournament. So basically, GSL group stage, you need to lose twice or win twice. You need to lose twice to drop out of the tournament, or you need to win twice to advance. Great format. Yeah, this is the best format. This is the StarCraft 2 tournament. GSL always does this format, and I think they still do. And it's the most fair format, I think. You cannot have like a bad day and just drop out, because you play different days. So you cannot have like, oh, I just got unlucky and I'm out. And also, it's very fair. You either win twice or you lose twice and you're out. So it's a cool system. Then Group B. This is played on Saturday. Group B, Cutie Patootie 3-0 Zerton. Kilardi beating B 3-2. Very nice. So Kilardi, we will be butchering him on Saturday. Kilardi asked, can we have a gentleman's agreement to play on land maps? And I said, I'm going to take you out for a swim. We're going to play all water maps, baby. Kilardi, not a big fan of water maps. And I'm not either. But you know what I'm a big fan of? Playing Kilardi on water maps. Yeah, that ship has sailed. True. I'm going to take him out for a swim, so make sure you bring your bathing suit on Saturday. And then elimination match in this group is Zerton versus B. In this group that I blocked, because I'm going to do a video on another match, is Poppy beat Recon 3-0. Anaton versus Vortex, we're going to watch later. Then in the last group that we just saw right there, you guys can hopefully see, oh, right there, is LucifroN just beat CSO 3-1, and Wham beat Baltoon 3-1. Baltoon had some 5-head plays, I gotta say. So, there it is. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. The next video I'll be releasing is the Anaton versus Vortex. Twitch gamers, let's keep going.